Good evening, welcome to It's All Black and White TV, the transfer show deadline day. And before we get into that, if you do like what you see, then please do smash that like. It really does help the channel up the search. So if you haven't yet given it a like, then please do so. That'd be great, thank you. Helps new viewers find the channel more easily. Also, if you're brand new to the channel, come and smash the subscribe. Come be part of this great community we have here. And also that bell notification tells you when I'm live, have a pre-record or any upcoming shows. If you want to become a member, it's 99p. You can do that by clicking the join button. And also, if you want to make a donation, you can do that in the chat by clicking on the $ as well. So, right, okay. Let's get into the comments first of all and see who's in the chat. Holly's in. She says, I'm so glad we signed Alfie Harrison. I mean, look, he looks a good prospect, doesn't he, Alfie Harrison? And, you know,
from New Zealand.
Let's hope he is. But I don't think he'd be going straight in the first team. He'd be going in the academy side. Tony Ross says, evening everyone. Good evening to you, Tony. Hope you're well. Paul says, evening, Tony. Good evening, Paul. I hope you're well too, mate. Andrew says, hello, T. Hello to you, Andrew. Hope you're well. Gary says, hi, Tony. You okay? Yeah, I'm absolutely fine, mate. Yeah. Now, I've been, I didn't do a show yesterday because I was away yesterday, so just didn't have time. Evening, Tony says, yeah, good evening to you as well, mate. Hope you're well too. So look, transfer deadline day. I think we were all hopeful of somebody coming in today. You know, we are a bit late striker-wise. We could have done with a striker on loan. You know, I would have quite happy took Ekitike. I think a few people would have. Some fan base said, why take him? Because he went and signed for PSG. But look, the end of the day, you're going to sign for the best team in France. You're going to go. Can't hold that against him, but obviously, apparently the club didn't want him. And he's got Eintracht Frankfurt on loan now. So look, you know, it's fair enough. We know Calvin Phillips has made his debut tonight for West Ham and has already had an assist, hasn't he? Because he assisted Solanke for the first goal. So not a great start for Calvin Phillips. Now, some people are talking, apparently there's something to do with Onana. I don't know. I don't know how true that is. It's only what I'm saying, that Onana is, doing the rounds as well. But whether he is or not, I haven't got a clue. But again, we just have to wait and find out on what happens on that one. In regards to Lascelles, what we do know is Besiktas have come in with another offer for him. And they're giving him a great package as well. Not only wages, but they're also going to give him somewhere to live. For him and his family as well. So again, and remember, the Turkish window doesn't shut for another week, so they can still negotiate with us right up until next week, till their window closes. But there is another twist to the Lascelles, apparently. Lyon, French club Lyon, are actually interested in Lascelles as well. So we could have a bit of a war going on here. So where will Lascelles end up if he leaves? Will it be Besiktas or will it be Lyon? Who knows? If he's going to Lyon, I would take Ryan Cherky in exchange for on loan till the end of the season. So again, we'll just have to wait and see on that one as well. One player we know has gone out the door, and we definitely know that one, and that is Isaac Hayden, who has joined QPR on loan until the end of the season. Should we have kept Isaac Hayden till the end of the season? I don't know. Look, if Bruno picks up another yellow card, we're screwed because he's going to miss 2 games. Anthony Gordon's 2 bookings away from another suspension as well. So, look, you know, if Bruno does go missing, and he does get that yellow card and's missing for 2 games. We'll have to obviously call on Joe White. We've recalled Jay Turner-Cook from St Johnstone on loan as well, so he's come back to the club now. Where do we go from here? I mean, are we surprised that we haven't signed anybody in this window on loan at least? We've got no striker. We don't know if Callum Wilson's fit for Saturday. Obviously, we know Gordon can play there, but it's not his natural position. That is the thing. So again, are we going in? Are we making a gamble here? Is this a huge gamble by the club not bringing anybody in? I mean, look, it's so far we haven't brought anybody in on yet. I mean, obviously the one prominent signing we've made today is this man here, and that's Alfie Harrison, who's coming from Manchester City. And he said, look, the size of the club and what it has going for it is a massive for me. He says it's got a huge, passionate fan base, and I'm looking to really push on with my career now. So he's obviously happy to be at Newcastle United. But again, as I said, he's not a first team player at the moment. He is actually, he's going to have to go into the academy side. So, again, we'll have to see how he progresses. He signed a contract till 2026. So he is now officially a Newcastle player as it stands. Right, let's get into some more comments here. BS says, I've still got half a hope on Morgan's Gibbs White or Javi Guerra coming in. Well, we've got, just under 3 hours now. So, we've got 2 hours, 45 minutes to get a deal done. That's not only to get the deal done, the paperwork done, but I have a medical as well. Out and about with Rob says, good evening. Good evening to you, mate. I hope you're well. Gary says, did you see the vid of the lads playing darts? Nolly looks like one of the boys taking the pee and cheeking up people up. Hope that's a sign for the future. Yeah, I think so as well. I mean, he looks settled, doesn't he? And, he's going to be some player next season, isn't he? Lee says, welcome to the tune, Alfie Harrison. Absolutely. Good evening, everyone, says Mad Mag. Good evening to you. Tony Ross says, I don't think anybody's coming in. Good player, that lad, yeah. Gary says, word today was Amanda and Ashworth were abroad putting Edison deal together. Anyone heard about that? No, I haven't heard that. But hey, who knows? Look, the last time we weren't going to sign anybody, we brought Isak in, remember? So, again, who knows? Who knows? We could do. I mean, look, are we... With the spending of the club, and we know we've got the money to spend, but obviously the FFP is dictating how we spend. Are we just afraid to spend in case we get pulled over for it? And that is the thing, and that's the worry. Look, we've seen Forest are busy today in the transfer window. They've signed our ex-goalkeeper Matt Sells, who, let's be honest, was absolutely garbage for us. If he's playing in goal against us, we're going to absolutely love that because we'll batter him with shots. But being serious, I mean, look the amount of players Forest are doing, but they're also selling players at the same time, so they're wheeling and dealing. Apparently, we had a £500,000 bidding for Paul Dummett from Ipswich Town, and apparently that's been rejected, as Ipswich have been told he's not for sale. Because Eddie Howe doesn't want to lose Paul Dummett. I'm not being funny, but why can't we just sell these players on? Why? Why have we got to keep them? Okay, they might be good in the dressing room. They might be good around the training ground. But look, come on. £500,000 for Paul Dummett. Yes, I know it's not a lot of money, but you get money coming into the club. Plus, you can get rid of him off the wage bill as well. So look, it doesn't make sense to me. Why can't we just sell him? And also gives the lads some game time at Ipswich Town as well, So I don't get that one. I really don't. Lee says, even if we sell a player or swap with a fee as well. Yeah. Absolutely. Ricardo Fast says, what about Or Smith superstar share? He shoots, he scores. His first was sublime. Second had shades of Shira. That stepsister Shazza from Sheffield keeps saying Shaw so sexy, shameless she is. Yeah, he was absolutely brilliant the other night. Absolutely fantastic, wasn't he? You know, I know I didn't do a live match review show because obviously I was away Wednesday, so I knew I wouldn't. That's why I did a quick pre-record on the Tuesday evening after the game. Ronald, hi mate, he says it doesn't look good for signing anybody, but you never know. You never know. That's the thing, you never know. All of a sudden, the signing could just be pulled out of the blue. Could it be Coop Miners that comes in? Because look, we've been linked with Coop Miners and he didn't play last weekend for Atlanta, but Edison did. So, Alan says, evening Tony, much better on Tuesday. Confidence back. Chance to keep it going. Home game, Luton. Don't think we'll sign anybody. Yeah, I mean, look, again, you know, you never know, Alan. We could sign somebody, you know. Just let you know, Real Madrid are 1-0 up through our ex-striker, Joselu. He's on the scoring again. What a player he is since he's gone back to Spain. And now at Real Madrid. Who would have thought it? Joselu at Real Madrid, you know? It's just weird, isn't it? Alan, you never know. We could sign somebody, you know? Thing is, all these journalists think they know everything and they think, oh, well, we won't sign anybody or there's nothing coming in. Could be our club just send them on a merry dance and all of a sudden it'll just go, boom, there's an announcement that comes out of nowhere. Yes, the home game with Luton's going to be important, but one thing I am going to say is, and people may think, oh, because people might have us down to hammer Luton, but I don't think we will, because I think this will be a tough game. Luton blew Brighton apart 4-0 the other night. And to beat a Brighton team by that magnitude, and that was a decent Brighton team that was playing, you know, shows you how far Luton have come. I always said Luton could be the team that actually stays up, and I believe so they will do. So that will not be an easy game on Saturday, let's be honest. Look at the Gordon deal in Harvey, very late. Absolutely. Remember, Eddie Howe says we haven't signed anybody, and Harvey Barnes is in the room next door having his photographs taken. If we get to Wembley, are you getting the Alfie eyebrow, Tony? I doubt it, mate. I doubt it. But, you never know. Lee says we have to get rid of the dead wood to get in better players, less payments for the club, probably be able to give Joe Linton his pay rise he deserves. Yeah, absolutely. Look, I think we definitely need rid of this so-called deadwood. Dummett, Ritchie, Lascelles, Matt Targett needs to go, you know. Just get these off the wage bill, you know. I'm still just disillusioned. I mean, what's your thoughts in the chat? Get your comments in. Do you think the club should have accepted the £500,000 bid from Ipswich for Paul Dummett? And do you think we should have sold him, or do you think we're right to keep him here? Let us know in the comments. Get your comments in, guys. I'd like to know what people think about the Paul Dummett situation. Should the club have sold him, or are we right to keep him? Because if we'd sold him, we still got Kraft, we still got Hall, we got Byrne, we got Alex Murphy. Still 4 players there who can play centre back. So, has Rowley signed for the Belgian league? He hasn't, no. It seems most clubs have been hesitant to spend because what happened to Everton last Jan, 800 mil spent at the stage, this time 100. Yeah, I see where you come from, Alan, on that one. But the thing is, we've got all that sponsorship money coming in the summer. So I don't know why the club don't just buy somebody in. Rashford 1-0. Oh, Jesus, they've scored. It had to be him as well, didn't it, Rashford? I'm surprised because I thought, oh, Wolves will absolutely take these apart tonight. But again, you never know. Wolves might come back and beat them. Let's hope Neto has a good game. But yeah, I mean, going to Man United, the Man United thing, yes. Who saw that about Ten Hag when they asked him what's the difference between Rashford and Sancho. And he said, oh, Rashford kept quiet where Sancho came public. And I thought, well, hang on a minute. That's a bit bad because you made it public. The only reason Sancho went public was he wanted to explain that he was suffering mental health issues. And Ten Hag hung him out to dry, you know. That is a man I want to see sacked from Man United and chucked out the Premier League because I don't think he's a great manager and I just can't stand the bloke. And I think for what he's done to players is absolutely disgusting. So, yeah. When somebody's got issues like that, you help them, you don't hang them out to dry. Can't believe Shaw still looks so good considering the pummeling he takes every game. Absolutely. Yeah, but Brighton got a habit inconsistent result, getting thumped 1 week from Everton and then beating Arsenal. I think we will beat them by a few goals. We will at home. Target's on more money than J7. Yes, he is. Ronald says there's linked with Onana, but I think it's drivel. Do you know what it is? Because Everton are quoting 60 million for him, and I wouldn't pay 60 million for Onana. Where if you can get Edison for 40 million, I would say that's a better deal all round. But again, we'll see what happens. You never know. We'll only know. The thing is, we'll only know at the end of it, when the transfer window shuts at 11 o'clock, whether we've got anybody or not. That is the thing. Lee says we need to strengthen the bench as well so we can have players on that can give us a game changer when they come on, absolutely. Billy the Fish, hi mate, hope you're well. He says Mike Ashley had craft players on long contracts. Other high wages so other clubs can't afford to pay them. You're absolutely spot on with that, mate. You are. I mean, look, it's disgraceful the way the club was run under him. It was a shit show. And look, we're trying to get rid, of the damage that he's done, which is going to take a long while to get rid of. But we need to start getting rid of some of these players, and you're absolutely right. And if you're new at the channel, mate, hit the like and hit the subscribe as well. That'd be great. Thank you. Ten Hag's a tosser, he is. Calvin Phillips started well for West Ham, didn't he, just, Ronald? What an assist, eh? Did you see Gallant's feet, Tony? Look like I haven't seen it. No, I've heard about it and I haven't seen it yet. I haven't put myself through that to watch that. I really don't understand what China channel he actually has. Is it supposed to be Newcastle channel or is it all about products? Gary says if nobody offers to buy the Deadwood, then there's nothing we can do. I guess the owners and Eddie are okay with the situation or they'd have made a move. That's the thing, though, Gary. Ipswich Town wanted to take Dummett and we said no, which I don't get. I really don't get it. Why are we stopping Dummett going? We could have had £500,000 there from Ipswich Town, and also Paul Dummett would have been great for them for the half of the season. Cup of tea and a slice of cake, Aunt Sally. Where's our comment? Yeah, absolutely. I mean, like I say, we know Hayden's gone to QPR. We wish him well for the rest of the season. Forest have signed a striker on loan from Sporting Lisbon called Ribeiro. I don't get this. I don't get this. But Forest are in trouble, and yet they're still going out spending money on players and getting loans in as well. And yet we're not. I would have took any striker on loan just to give us some sort of help till the end of the season. But obviously we're probably keeping the money dry till the summer because we probably want to, buy better in the summer. So who knows? I keep looking at Sky, see if anything comes up on there. But with, but like I say, we've seen Forest are very, very busy in the transfer market at the moment, which is crazy considering what they're under as well. It's just absolute madness. It really is. I mean, in an ideal world, what would you have liked us to sign in? Who would you have liked us to sign in this window? What positions would you have liked? If between now and 11 o'clock we could get 2 players in, what positions do you ideally want? I say a striker and a midfielder. But again, get your thoughts and let me know what you think. I'm hoping if I can, I might get Rolly on actually if I can. I don't know if he's watching or not. But if he is, let's get him on and find out. Tony Ross, thank you very much. He's gifted 10 black and white memberships. Thank you very much for your generosity, my friend. And these are the following people that are getting a membership courtesy of Tony, and that is Hell Fox, Scott O'Brien, Lewis, I Like Coffee, Tangi, Craig Graham, Brian, Mark, Mason, and Paul Gardner as well. So all yous have been gifted thanks to Tony Ross's generosity. So thank you very much indeed for that as well, Tony. And then I'm going to start going through some more of these comments, see what people are saying in the chat. Just send this to Rolly. There we go. Right. Alan says we'll soon have Barnes and Willock back. That's options off the bench. Along with Almiron, Murphy, I think with players coming back will be okay. As well as defending great, Botman's passes led to a 2-0 lead. Yeah, absolutely, Alan. You're absolutely spot on. Look, we have got players coming back, but it's the fact we have got a shortage of strikers. And the thing is, we're now seeing that Isak could be out for 2 to 4 weeks. Thing is, if Wilson comes back and then breaks down again, he'll be out for a while. So I think we needed a striker in. We really did. But we needed a striker since last summer, in all honesty. Dub stating on Tuesday, despite being an obvious pain, sweetened the sour taste I had for him going to Man U a little. It's good to see him giving it his all. Do you know what, though? I think he should have been pulled off, in all honesty. We should have brought him off and put Karius on. The only thing is, we don't know what the state of the injury is, because he looked like he was in absolute agony. Just see if he's fit enough for Saturday or not. Guess we'll find out tomorrow. I take your point, Tony, but I think they'll see 500,000 as loose change. Yeah. Billy the Fish says, why didn't the club accept a bid for Lascelles from Besiktas when he can go for free in the summer? Well, apparently Besiktas have come back with a better package for Lascelles. So again, we don't know. That's a thing. He could go. Rumours were that the club were willing to let him go free because they knew he'd be on a free in the summer anyway. So what's the point in asking for money for him? Yeah, I would just let him go free. Absolutely. I thought we would have loaned from Saudi. The problem is, Alan, loaning from Saudi is when players come from Saudi into this country, they have to pay a 45% of tax. So I think that's possibly what stopped us signing. Lee says forward in the midfielder number 6. Yeah, absolutely. Lewis, thank you very much. Has been a member for 5 months now. Thank you for your support. And he says, thank you for my sub. Yeah, that was all courtesy of Tony Ross. Dubs has been great. Yeah, he's done well, hasn't he? Man U are winning. Yeah, anytime, Tony. Hope it helps your great channel, mate. Thank you very much for your support, mate. No problem. That is much appreciated. Thank you. I guess I haven't got a lot of people on tonight because obviously other channels are doing. I know TTR's done a marathon since 12 and it's a charity one. And, big up to Paul and Billy, by the way, for doing that. For them lads to be on for 11 hours today. I mean, I know they're not on for the full 11 hours. They're going to have breaks and things like that, which is, fantastic. And Stato's joining them as well. But massive shout out to Paul and Billy and Stato TTR, giving up their time to do that as well and raising money for charity. Well done, guys. Well done, TTR. Well done. I don't mind giving them a plug, TTR, because I like them guys. I get on well with them. I've met Paul before. I've met Stato before. Nice guys. Nice guys. I've had Billy on my channel before as well. So I love it. They do a lot of shouting out for me as well on their channel. So, it's only right I give them a shout out as well. And that's how it should be, I know some podcast channels don't like talking about other channels, but to me, it's not. It's about being out there as one, be united as one. But some people aren't, unfortunately. But me and TTR, we are very much united as one. So, well done, them lads. Thank God it's not a broken leg. Yeah, absolutely. Who's Rolly Tony? Is someone looking to say? Yeah, exactly. I've sent him a message. Whether he'll come on or not, I don't know. But Watkins should have been sent off against us. Yeah, he should have been. Yeah, absolutely. Every time there is a good going forward, going cheap, we always bottle it. We should go for it. Do you know what? I see where you're coming from, Lee. It seems to be these players go to these teams. I mean, look, the one that what do you call it? Bournemouth have signed from Getafe, that Turkish striker. He's only started 1 out of 3 games this season. So not sure what he's going to be like. Good evening, says Julie. Good evening to you, Julie. Hope you're well. It's Paul's birthday as well. Yeah, absolutely happy. I did wish him happy birthday earlier on. Because I was when I was on my way back, I was at a charging station, so I was getting my car charged up while I was sitting having a coffee. So I just went on his channel and wished him happy birthday. And another great channel, TTR, absolutely. Ricardo says, top show, Tony Pal. I thought Trippier was tops. And them tools tipping Trippier for a title tilt with Thomas Tuchel. Total tripe, he tried. And thank you to Tony for the 10 subs. No worries. Thank you very much indeed, mate. Thank you. Ronald says, I was surprised what Paul said about Eddie at Tyneside Life, wanting now to do with Adam P. Like, a bit strange. There's something with Adam P. and Eddie from Tyneside Life. There's some sort of needle there, isn't there? A bit of needle, and I don't know what it's all about, to be fair, but I don't bother with that. I don't get involved in anybody's need. If anybody's got something between them, I keep out of it. That's the best way to do it, Stay impartial in that way. Nobody can see you siding with either or. So that's the best way to do it. I don't know if anybody I've seen on Twitter that there's a girl on there. She's a Chelsea fan. Called Astrid Wet. Not a great name, is it? But yeah, we know she does OnlyFans and everything like that, whatever it is. But she's not happy with Nunes, saying that he tried to take her out last night. And I don't know if anybody's seen it on Twitter or not, but Nunes' shot obviously goes off target over the bar and it just misses her as well in the crowd. She's the one that's been all over Twitter lately, where she was sitting on a bed in the Chelsea stadium, sitting in a bed in the Chelsea stadium, which I thought, that's just wrong. Seeing a bed in a Chelsea stadium, in any football stadium, why would you have a bed in there? Just seems to be a bit of a. I mean, People don't like how they say she's a fake fan. She looks it. Apparently she paid £2,000 for a ticket to Liverpool last night. Well, you got robbed there then, didn't you? Look after yourself, mate. Absolutely. That's what you got to do. Eddie a step back due to getting hassling now. Yeah, I don't blame him. Besiktas 2-0. Highland. Oh, you mean Man United 2-0? Besiktas. I'm surprised Man U are winning the way they are, because I would have thought Wolves would have been winning that game. Because Wolves have been on fire, especially at home. I mean, look, they beat City at home. We had a difficult game against them as well. Just seen some pictures here in Milan, but I don't know what that's all about. We'll see Birmingham signed Pritchard from Sunderland. So that's a new one, isn't it? But yeah, I'm surprised with Wolves. I thought they would have, we are now back down to 8th because Man United are winning. Come on, Wolves, get your finger out and start scoring. Why is there a bed in the stadium? Haven't got one of me. Says Tony Ross. Oh, I don't know why they've got it. I really don't. But to me, it does not seem right. It does not seem right at all. And why on earth would you have a bed in the football stadium? If Newcastle do that, I wouldn't be happy. It's just stupidity. It really is. I really don't get it. But I'm trying to see who this player. There's a player that they have signed called Ribeiro, but I don't know much about him. But I'm just seeing what they're saying here. Oh no, it's about Alfie Harrison signing for Newcastle United. Ipswich have signed Kiefer Moore on loan from Bournemouth till the end of the season. That's now a done deal. Look, it's a corporate thing for sick people, apparently. Right, okay. Rivalry aside, Pritchard was a prick, Dean. We've seen that many a times with players, though. They've done it quite a bit, haven't they? We've seen that happen. Mad Max says, has it got a curtain you can pull around for half-time entertainment? Is it for the bedding plants? Yeah. Stamford Bridge will be called Hanky Panky Stadium, says Lewis. Behave, Lewis. Would you accept St James's Park being renamed if it helped bring money in? Absolutely, Billy. Look, the owners have said if they were going to have a naming right, it would be like, say, for instance, if it was, say, Aramco, it would be Aramco at St James's Park. That's what it would be. And I haven't got a problem with that. If that's how they want to do it, I ain't got a problem with that. I'm happy for that, because at the end of the day, if it brings money into the club, I mean, tonight we've seen, and Real Madrid have got a new sponsor for that sleeve. So the new sleeve sponsor is HP, obviously the printer people, HP, not the HP source. Now, for that sleeve sponsor, they're getting 70 million euros per year. 70 million. That's 10 times the amount it costs for somebody to sit on our sleeve. We charge 7.5 million a year. They're getting 70 million euros a year. And as much as Fly Emirates and with Adidas, the club will gain 250 million euros a year from sponsorships. This is why the likes of Leicester and other clubs got salty with our takeover. And as soon as our Sports Direct signs started coming down, that is when they clubbed together and said, boom, we're going to stop this, because we could have had sponsorship coming in like that. We could have had massive deals coming in. Now we can't. So thanks to the Premier League, we'll probably never see deals like that. But it would have raised our FFP absolutely massively. Rolly says he's unable to join tonight. That's no problem, Rolly. Astrid is clueless. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, ignore that message. Too late and classless. But I know what you mean, Lewis. West Ham can be 1-0. Yeah, absolutely. No, St James's Park should always be. So you're not for it, Gary. So what if we could bring in £40 million a year from having somebody putting their name in front, so somebody saying like Aramco at St James's Park? What you're saying no to that, Gary? So you're saying no to like getting £40 million a year in the club? I can see your point, but people will always call it St James's Park. But we're not dropping the St James's Park name. All they're doing is they're putting a name in front. That's all. So they're never going to drop the St James's Park name. They're not going to do what the Fat Cockney did by calling it the Sports Direct Arena. He did not consult the fans. We are actually consulting the fans, which is the huge step forward. So if it's to bring money in, I'm happy with that. But we know when the money comes in, it will be invested. And that is the difference between these owners and the previous ownership. They're looking into possibilities of getting training kit sponsor, a training ground sponsor as well. So name the training ground something, So rather than saying calling it the Benton ground, you may call it the what? Say, for instance, if it's Saudi Telecom, say Saudi Telecom training ground, which is fine. Also, they're looking at the pre-match kit that they wear before, when they're training ahead of the game. Pre-match tracksuits, get them sponsored by somebody as well. That brings all revenue in. So it's all different revenue at the end of the day. Julie says, tram's the word you're looking for. God, Julie. I would if it was something at St James's Park, that would be all right. And in my eyes, absolutely, Lewis. Yeah, if it's going to bring money in, they're never going to drop the name St James's Park. Billy the Fish says Saudi Airlines at St James's. Yeah, absolutely. As long as St James's is incorporated. Bias says that sounds like fair market value. Well, in La Liga, there's no rules for that. That's the thing, So they can have huge ones if they want. Lee says the clubs are jealous of us. They should keep their mouths shut. Absolutely. Gary says getting sponsors for our sleeves seems pretty harmless to me. Apparently Fulham have offered £30 million for Ryan Shirky, but Leon want 35. Nobody, he'll go to Fulham. No chance. If he goes to Fulham, I'll be very disappointed. Disney Plus Academy Stadium? Yeah, absolutely, Lewis. Lee says, I'd be up for that in the ground any day. Yeah. Gary says, in front is okay. It has to remain. Yeah, they've never said they would get rid of the St James's Park. It would always be there, but it would just be something at St James's Park. And I haven't got a problem with that, Gary. Absolutely no problem whatsoever. Can we not just get a few bunk beds in the Gallagher be making twice as money than Chelsea for the academy part? Alan says it will probably need to be changed in some way because of FFP if we want to compete at the top. Yeah, and not only that, not only that, Alan, it's the thing is they need to change the whole structure of FFP as well. Man U missed two big chances, but John Sinclair's loving this. Even Sunderland are ahead of us with the Tampax training ground, says Ronald. Well, yeah, you're absolutely right there, Ronald. They probably are. But yeah, we desperately need somebody through the door, but who will come in through the door? Who knows? That's the thing. If anybody will come in. I mean, Alfie Harrison, he looks at talent, doesn't he? But again, let's hope. I see they're having the darts challenge on Sky Sports as well. The pundits are. Lee Hendry's doing a 9-darter. He's not doing very well by the looks of it. And the board looks a bit battered and bruised as well. It needs to. I play darts on a Monday night normally, and I tell you what, if it was a dartboard like that, I would refuse to throw it. Lewis says, I don't think we'll sign anybody. Thing is, Lewis, you never know. As much as the clubs say there's nobody else coming in, yes, West Ham have equalised from the penalty spot. They've just brought that level. Mad Max has be a few strings attached to that deal. Oh, Jesus. So West Ham are level now. Yeah, Ward-Prowse. Just watching it now. The penalty straight down the middle. Classic. There's one big transfer today not in football. Lewis Hamilton going to Ferrari. Well, I was shocked when I heard that news. I'm not a Formula One lover, if I'm honest. But I bet he's gone there for the money. I bet it's for big bucks. That's what it's for. And I reckon that's what it is. Yeah, I think he's gone there for big bucks, in all honesty. I'm really shocked that Wolves aren't well ahead in this game, though. I'm going to see if I can find out who. So this striker that Forest have signed on loan from Sporting, he's only 18 years of age, Rodrigo Ribeiro. He's got no outstanding weaknesses and no outstanding strengths. I'm going to see if he's played any Primera Liga matches this season. Looks like he hasn't. But he played in the Champions League 21-22. He made one game. He only played 1 minute in that game, so he didn't make any impact. Under 19s Euros Championship, he started 4 out of 5 games, got 3 goals and 2 assists. So again, he's not really somebody that you would think, oh, well, would like him at Newcastle United, but we'll see. See how he does for Forest in the Premier League. Billy the Fish says, how many players actually end in the summer? Emil Kraft, Paul Dummett, Matt Ritchie, Jamal Lascelles, Mark Gillespie. So there's 5 off the back straight away. Trying to think who else contract is out in the summer. Certainly a few out in the summer, that's for sure. I always thought Hamilton would try Ferrari before he quit. Be mad not to. Yeah, I watched Formula One years ago, but it's not something I watch because look, I look at it and I just think, why would you sit there and watch cars go round the lap 80 times or whatever? How many? I don't know how many laps I do. That's how much I'm into Formula One. I know nothing about it. I know it's very technical in all this, but to me, I look at it and think, why the hell would you watch cars going round and round and round constantly? You know, uh, not for me, not for me. But obviously, whatever floats your boat, that everybody's entitled to their own thing. I like cricket as well, so some people might say I hate cricket, but I don't mind the cricket. So I used to be a member of Durham Cricket Club. Magpie Chris says, "Big up, Tony. Big up to you, mate. Hope you're well." Ronald says, "I have no disrespect to Parkinson, but we should be getting some experience in from somewhere." Yeah, absolutely. Can't rely on Parkinson unless he starts him on Saturday or brings him on. I think you'll find 50 million a season closer to reality. Hope we keep Crafty's being unlucky with injuries as a good versatile player. Yeah, I think he is, Alan, but apparently the club are looking for offers for him in this window, but hasn't happened. Being a Formula One, who did the tune sign today? Alfie Harrison, driver. That's the lad there from Manchester City. Undisclosed fee. We know there was a £3.5 million in that or whatever it was. So again, we don't know what the exact figure is, but what we do know is he signed a 2.5-year deal, and let's see how he develops. Time will tell. Tony's taking no prisoners I speak. First it was plane spotters, now it's the F1 fans. Go on, Tony. No, I've got nothing against people watching Formula One. To me, it's not my thing. Formula One, I don't see what enjoyment you get out of watching the cars just going round and round and round. I know they're coming for pit stops and things like that, but to me, what do you actually gain from watching that? When's Wilson back? Well, he was supposed to be back mag debates on Tuesday, wasn't he? But we don't know what the score is with Wilson, so again, we'll just have to wait. Alfie Harrison, yeah, and Hayden out on loan, yeah. I mean, should we have kept Isaac Hayden, as a squad player? Because, look, if Bruno does get a booking on Saturday, he's out for 2 games. In some ways, would it be a bad thing if he got the booking Saturday of Bruno and missed Forest and Bournemouth? Because then at least he doesn't miss big games like of Arsenal. So I sort of think, not sure. One thing we do know, Villa have signed Morgan Rogers from Middlesbrough. Joe White and Harrison's better than Hayden. Let's be honest though, Hayden's done well for us considering, I mean, look, Hayden's been good for us considering he had to go through all the crap with the previous ownership. So he did well for us, Hayden, so we can't really complain. We just hope he finds a club where he can settle at and then we can sell him on maybe. But as I say, we'll just have to wait and see what happens by 11 o'clock tonight. See if we do lift it, I mean, one thing we have seen in the news, which is nothing football related, but look, you got to feel for those people who were attacked by chemical in London last night. The guy is from Newcastle. He's Afghan. And look, obviously, phone the police if you see this guy anywhere. Disgusting what he done. I mean, look, one thing we got to look at is going ahead to the rest of the season now. Is our squad strong enough from now till the end of the season to mount a European challenge? That is the question. I would say yes. Once we get people back, we know Elliot Anderson's back in training. Willock's not too far away. I don't think he makes this weekend by any ways. We know J7's out for the season. Let's hope he hasn't played his last game. Let's get this contract sorted out. But yeah, trying to think now, who else is coming back? We've got Harvey Barnes coming back. Wilson's to come back. Elliot Anderson's to come back. Joe Willock's to come back. So there's a few there to come back straight away. We just have to wait and see. I think we've got enough there to get in the European places. I would take the Conference League, definitely. Billy the Fish says, would you take not qualifying for the UEFA Cup this year and concentrating on the Premier League? I mean, in some ways you'd probably say yes, you would do that because it would make more sense to have next season free without having to worry about playing in Europe. But I think the club will go big in the summer, so I think the owners will want us to be in Europe at any cost. So the way I look at it is, yeah, definitely. I think we will be in Europe. I think 7th place is viable at the moment. If we get any higher than that, then absolutely. But again, like I say, if we get 7th place, I won't be disappointed. So we'll just have to wait and see. But I think if we're not in Europe, does that mean the likes of Botman, Isak would say, "Oh, I don't know if I want to be here because we're not playing European football"? Who knows? Alfie's a left-footed side midfielder. So what about Joe Willock and J7 and Anderson too? Where are we going to slot Alfie? Yeah, but then again, he's got to come through the academy and he's got to prove himself. So yeah. I mean, look, I had somebody ask me this question, and I'm going to ask you this question. I want to see what people say to this. If to help our FFP in the summer as well, and because you get 100% profit on a homegrown player coming out of your academy, would you be open to selling Longstaff and Anderson in the summer? Get your comments in. Let me know what your thoughts on that one are. To me, it's a hard one. Look, I think we could, in all honesty. I think all in all honesty, I would say, look, if we've got a good offer for Longstaff, he's only got a year left on his deal, then I would say yes to Longstaff. Eddie Anderson, I'm not so sure because I want to see more from him, and I think he could be a great player. But again, it depends on the caliber of the offer. If you get a decent offer, then you may think, actually, if it's a good deal, then sell him on. Who knows? That's the thing. It's a hard one, isn't it? It really is. I'm just going to put a Right. I've just popped a poll in the chat there. And what it is, it says, are you happy with this January transfer window? So do get voting. And we'll have a look at the results soon. People are like tack cowards. Yeah, absolutely they are. Disgusting, no need for it. I would say defo can get into Europe. Got a few winnable games coming up. Got to get a run going. Agree, Tony. Owners will want Europe. Yeah, absolutely, Alan. They will. Gary D, hi mate, hope you're well. He says, I'll be happy winning the FA Cup. We get Europe by a winner. That anyway, Tony, mate. Yeah, totally agree. Yes, says Billy the Fish. To both. Longstaff, yes. Yes, Longstaff. Anderson for 35 million or more. Absolutely. But if we got decent offers for them, then yes, why not? Pack their bags myself, always saying no one's bigger than the badge, and it would be good for the greater good. That's a thing, because you get 100% profit, don't you? Man U, 2 offside goals. I didn't know as Longstaff would be a good squad player. Yeah, but if he's coming in the last year of his contract and the club aren't offering him one, do you cash in? If you get somebody like, say, who can I pluck out the air? Say you get Brighton. Say right. There's 30 million for Longstaff. You take it all day long. So, that's what I'm saying. I'm not saying it's going to be Brighton. It could be a Fulham or anyone like that. But whoever it is, if you look at the top 6 clubs, or the big 6 as they're called, managers are very ruthless with players. And we've seen it in the past. And you don't keep players because of being sentimental. And I know a lot of people are saying Eddie's probably too sentimental because he keeps saying, well, I want to keep Dummett, I want to keep Lascelles, I want to keep Ritchie, I want to, and it's like, there's a time when you've got to evolve. Now, yes, our chairman, when he done that interview, he says, we want to be number 1. Now, if you want to be a number 1 club, the likes of your Dummets, the likes of your Ritchies and your Lascelles have got to go. To be a number 1 club, to be an elite club, these players are not elite level players. Get rid. No sentiment, no nothing. Go. And I see some fans have put out there that they don't want to see this player go, and say, look here, take your sentimental head off for a minute and think positively. Where do you want this club to go? Do you want this club to be in the top echelons of the Premier League? Do you want this club battling for the Premier League year in, year out? Battling for trophies year in, year out? And that's what you've got to look at. You've got to take the sentimental side away from it altogether. And that's what I sort of do. I look at these players and say, I look at Lascelles. Can he take us to the next level? No, not a chance. Dummett, no way. Yes, we know he had 2 good games in the Carabao Cup against City and Man United, but that's the Carabao Cup. How many times he featured in the Premier League this season? Not a lot. So look, the likes of your Dummets and that, they have to go. Your Ritchies have to go. We brought, bringing on Ritchie, it's no good, is it really? It really isn't. Billy the Fish says, how much for Joelinton if he doesn't sign a new deal? 70 million? I would say you possibly could demand that because he's a top midfielder now, isn't he? Yeah. Gary says, Torkelsson, Longstaff and Anderson is too premature. We need to see their contribution at the end of the season. We were cock-a-hoop about them at the beginning of the season. Yeah, but Longstaff's had a funny season this season, hasn't he? He got his goal against Fulham, which was great. He took it well, but We need to see more from Longstaff, and we're not seeing it at the moment. Lee says definitely have to get the medical stuff sorted out because our players are not fully fit and they seem to be easily back out of the game with injuries. Well, we've got a new physio and he's coming from Leicester City, so let's see if things change. Longstaff and Almiron squad players need better first choice, says Alan. Absolutely, Alan. 100%. We should have upgraded on Miggy. Obviously, Miggy didn't want to go. And that's possibly cocked us up in this window as well. Who agrees that Miggy turned doing more cash from Saudi to stay at the tune, like I suspect? He's done Kanyari doing the left and Murphy run hour to him was a belter and all. Yeah, I mean, look, I have said this for a long, long time. Miggy's better on the left. I've always said it. Miggy is better on the left. But Eddie keeps playing him as a right inverted winger. And that's why you're not seeing the best of him on the right. You're seeing him better on the left. And now that Murphy's back and Murphy's playing well, Murphy will keep his place on the right side. New head physio from Leicester worked with Eddie at Bournemouth. Yeah. So let's hope he whips this medical staff into shape as well, because they're just as bad. They're terrible at the moment, the way they're just letting these players come back. We need to sort that out. But I'm just going to have a look how the vote's going at the moment. 40% have said they're happy with the window, and 60% have said they're not happy with the window. As I say, you never know. There could be a surprise, tonight. You never know. Thing is, we don't like to put our deals out in public. So again, it could just be one of them that somebody just comes in that nobody knows about. And you're going to be like, wow, were we really signing him? Where have we getting the money for that? And that's what people are going to say. Where have we got the money for that? How have we managed to get this player in? So that's, so it's all going to be interesting, isn't it? I don't believe in squad players competition in all positions. When you lose someone to injury, their replacement should be of the same quality. Yeah, I totally agree with that as well, Bia. You look at City, they've got like 2-3 teams, haven't they, basically? They brought Gvardiol in, and he's not a certain starter because they've got Ake there, they've got Diaz there, they've got John Stones to come back as well. So, look, when you see what they're stocked in centre-halves, it's just like madness. Even up front, they're stocked with players. When Haaland was out, they had Julian Alvarez, who they spent 17 million quid on. Where are we spending 17 million quid on a kid from Argentina? We don't seem to be doing that. War supporters back in Miggy at Villa as well was tip-top. Yeah, I'm happy as it means we've got more to spend in the summer. No, because we need some bloody cover as soon as possible. Absolutely mad, Mag. That's the thing. We need cover as soon as we can. That's why I would have thought we would have brought in a couple of loan players, to be honest with you. I'm sure there was plenty out there you could have brought in on loan. But again, as I say, you don't know. The club could pull a rub out of the hat. 11 o'clock, something could be announced. Oh, by the way, Newcastle have signed this player. Nobody knew about this. We don't know. I think NUFC Flights has been quiet today on Twitter as well. I don't think he's really had much to say today. Yeah, he's not had a lot to put on today. He had one yesterday saying there was a plane coming from Helsinki, but that could have been anybody on that plane. That could have just been a businessman on business somewhere. Alan says, aye, but we ain't City level yet, having 22 top level players. No, absolutely not. And that's the difference with City, innit? They can put Grealish on the bench and have somebody else at left wing and then bring Grealish on. And Ronald said I was surprised that Bailey was on the bench for Villa. Some of their fickle fans are currently turning on Diaby. I thought, look, when Bailey come on, he took the game to us. He's a very good player, by the way, Leon Bailey. I thought Diaby was piss poor, and honestly, and to think that we were ever linked with him, I'm so pleased we didn't sign him because he was absolutely dire. I just didn't think he had a great game. And I'm glad Eddie actually, for once, got his substitutions right because he actually moved Dan Burn to centre half and brought on Tino Livramento to try and combat the Bailey threat. And when Livramento came on, it did sort of nullify, Leon Bailey. Billy the Fish says, what really bothers my P is the fact that City and Chelsea, amongst others, were allowed to build before FFP, then we have to compete against them. It stinks. It does, absolutely, mate. Yeah, that's the thing. They were allowed to build before the FFP, but obviously our former owner voted for it as well, didn't he? Lee says, with this World Heavyweight Boxing coming up, everything on the boxing, nothing about the club. We could be thinking the Saudi players, if even we can get one better than nothing. Yeah, we should be, but again, I don't know what's happened. It's just gone quiet on that front, hasn't it? One good thing is England are coming to St James's Park. They're playing Serbia in the summer, so that's good, isn't it? So we'll look forward to that. Mad Max is as good as a job that he's done. I think it's just showing he's still got a coach's brain. He obviously, after players, he can mould and develop when you look at who he's brought in, apart from Tonali. Yeah, I think you've got a good point there. I've seen some fans on Twitter, and look, they're only asking the question, some of them, and I can see where they're coming from. Are the club holding back the funds deliberately? Are they looking to replace Eddie Howe at the start of next season? That is the thing. We do not know what the club are thinking. A lot of people are saying, why didn't Eddie go to Alnwick Castle? Because he's been to every other meeting there. Why wasn't he at that one? And, I want to see Eddie Howe succeed. I want to see trophies brought in by Eddie Howe. But at the end of the day, if the club decided they were going to, get a new manager in, that's up to the club. We can't do nothing about that. All we can hope is Eddie Howe has a good end to the season, and then the club will then turn around, stick with Eddie Howe, and he brings the trophies in. That's what we would like to see at the end of the day. And, and let's have faith. He can do it. He got to a cup final. We were unlucky. We should have beat Man United in that final. We really should have, to be honest with you. But you never know. We might get to the FA Cup final. And who knows? Leicester won it a few years ago. So why can't we go and win an FA Cup? No reason whatsoever. I'm just going to go back into the poll. The poll's still the same, 60-40 at the moment, saying that they're not happy with the transfer window, which is fair enough as well. Right. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do. So I've ended that poll now. Tomorrow I'm going to be back with the preview for Newcastle versus Luton Town. So stay tuned for that one tomorrow. That'll be the preview for that, and then there'll be the pre-match as well on Saturday, where I'll bring you both lineups ahead of the game. So do keep an eye out for that one. As we are coming to the end of this show, if you have enjoyed what you heard, then please do smash the like. It really does help the channel. So if you haven't yet dropped a like, just give it a click, the thumbs up. Also, if you're brand new to the channel, come and smash the subscribe and be part of this great community we have here. And also that bell notification, that tells you when I'm live, have a pre-record or any upcoming shows as well. So if you've joined us late, we are going off now. But if you have joined us late, you can always go back and watch from the beginning as well. But don't give up on the transfer window, because as I say, it doesn't shut until 11 o'clock tonight, so you never know. And even after 11 o'clock, deals still are getting done, because it's all the deals being registered. So deals can be still registered after 11 o'clock, as long as the stuff's in before, the paperwork's in just before 11 o'clock. But remember, the future's bright. The future is definitely black and white. Enjoy the rest of your evening, whatever you're doing, whether you're going to watch Sky Sports or watch the Deadline Day live, or you're watching the darts, or you're watching the football, either Man U against Wolves or West Ham and Bournemouth. Whatever you're doing, enjoy the rest of your evening. I will be back tomorrow. It's got some comments. Bye, says Alan. Cheers, mate. Thank you. How are you, the lads, says Ronald. Absolutely, mate. Definitely. But until then, enjoy the rest of the evening. How are you, the lads?